POA, Fit Body Bootcamp, and Fit Body Forever communities. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Robert Lankle with Training the Older Adult here. I want to talk to you today about an awesome clip that I have just seen from Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. Let's dive into this and break down piece by piece what the good doc has to share with us. Here we go.
The stronger you are, the more muscle mass you have, the greater your survivability.
Let's start, look at that face. There we go. Let's start number one. Look at the veins in her legs, dude. That kind of vascularity, you are extremely fit. Number one, awesome. I love the muscles. Number two, what she said. I want to get the quote right. Let me go back one more time.
The stronger you are, the more muscle mass you have, the greater your survivability.
Survivability, meaning the more muscle mass that you have, the greater chance you have of fighting off all disease, injury, injury meaning from accidents as well, in terms of surviving falls, anything, a car accident, any of these things. The more muscle mass you have, the more fit that you are, the higher likelihood you have of surviving longer into your lifespan than someone who is less muscled. Okay, let's continue.
Furthermore, the more fat that becomes infiltrated into your skeletal muscle mass, the less likely you are to survive anything.
So the more visceral fat that you maintain and or collect as we're going through the aging process, the survivability risk then starts to decline, or you start to become, your mortality risk starts to increase.
You understand the impact that skeletal muscle mass will have on your health and your patients and your clients' health, then you cannot have a conversation without talking about muscle. Listen.
I love the training montages. These always pump me up. They get me so stoked to lift. But what I love the most here, I think, is that you're seeing a very strong female lifting weights, which is so important for our industry, number one, and setting a really good role model for people to go, hey, this is a very successful, very smart, well-educated individual who also has a lot of muscle, where normally if you have more muscle mass, you're considered a meathead and you don't know a whole lot. All you do is spend all your time in the weight room, etc. I will say with her landmine pressing, she's not doing anything wrong. I'm just not a huge fan of landmines. I have come to discover how the landmine is a great rotational torque development device, which my good buddy Jonathan Mike, who's actually speaking at our conference coming up here in a few days, he presents a lot of content with that and produces really great exercises specifically for rotation, power production, etc. But outside of that, like just the single arm press, if you think about it, where is the weight its heaviest? Well, it's heaviest when it's all the way down at your shoulder, but that's also where you're the weakest. Like you're struggling to get it kind of out of the bucket, quote unquote, if you will. As you start to press and lock out, you're in your strongest position, but where's the weight? It's at its lightest. It's almost vertical, which is then weightless. So it's kind of the opposite of what you want, where if you hang a strap from the ceiling and hang a kettlebell off of that, what we call a pivot point press, now you have the opposite, okay? It's lighter at the bottom, and as I press up, I have more load. So take the landmine, tape it to the ceiling, right? Bolt it up there. You really have a really nice device that now I feel like accomplishes everything that you need. A fixed point or fulcrum which you can lever against, but it's still independent and swivels and you have to stabilize it. But it's also lighter at the bottom and heavier at the top, and now I can progress through my range of motion, train a full lockout and a full ability to reach that lockout position, but take advantage of the leverage to help support me into those positions. If you try one of those, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
And your client's health, then you cannot have.
See there? I mean, she's got a great lockout. She's covering her arm, but at the top, that's where she's at her heaviest, right? And she's at her strongest, but the weight's almost nothing down there.
Conversation without talking about muscle. Listen, your clients are only going to ever be as inspired by you based on how you care for yourself. We can agree upon that, right? It's just like my kids. They don't listen to what I say, they listen to what I do, and they see who I am.
This is probably one of my most popular requests for our services that we put out. are the workouts that I produce myself. So basically, I do a workout, I turn on the cameras, and I talk to the camera just like I'm talking to you right now. I feel like there are people right there with me, and I just talk through the workout. I coach us through it. I motivate. I try to do everything. We got music going. It's really fun, but I am gassed. I'm training hard. It's not like this is a Saturday morning, TV thing, and I got 4 people behind me demoing, and I'm going to walk around and talk. I am doing it. And I think what she's saying there is you can inspire people as much as you want with your words, but until you do it, they're not going to necessarily be inspired and moved and listen to what you say, but what you do is a different ballgame. So when my clients see me doing that workout, they go, well, if Rob's doing it, I can do it. They know my health history, they know my limitations, et cetera, that I've been through. So they go, okay, if he's doing it, I can do this. And they are, as they've told me, they are more motivated by the fact that we are there doing it together. And they love the fact that I'm suffering and struggling and having a hard time doing the workout just as they are. And it also allows them to feel like we connect and we have these opportunities to work out together, even though we're not live in the moment. But it's still a demonstration. I have times when I've been sick. I just got over having shingles. And that was a really challenging, 6 weeks there where I was not on top of my game. But my clients could see struggle and repair, but I continued to train through that. There are different bouts, different challenges. Be real with people. Let them see who you are. And I feel like that connects back to our customers more than I'm always in shape. I'm always perfect. I never eat any, pizza or donuts or ice cream. Like I'm always perfect with everything. It just makes you feel like, okay, this isn't a real standard to live up to. Yes, there are different times in the year where I'm going to look better and maybe look a little less fit, but I'm always training and I'm always in a shape where I feel somewhat proud to look at somebody and say, yes, I'm a personal trainer, and I don't want them to go, are you? Are you sure? Like I think we should always be a good representation. But with that being said, too, you never know what everybody's story is. Well, I've met plenty of people that I look at and I go, this guy's a little heavy for a personal trainer. And I find out he's 250, but he used to be 450. He's amazing what he's done with himself, now inspiring other people to do that. So you never know other people's stories. Make sure you don't judge the book by its cover.
These disciplines, these ways of being, and these ways of thinking about skeletal muscle mass, if you can understand and impress upon yourself the importance of it, then you can share it with other people.
Man, that is so important. Like the whole idea of our battle against sarcopenia is that. The best analogy I can give you, you've got a 5-gallon bucket and you're filling it up with water. Every year that you live, you add a little more water, a little more water, a little more water. And right around 35, at the bottom of that bucket, we drill a little hole and it just slowly starts to drain out, okay? And let's say it drains out 12 ounces every 12 months. But every month, if you put in work, you put in 1 ounce of water. And so it's a wash, okay? In your 36th year, you lost 12 ounces, but you added 12 ounces. The next year, lost 12, added 12. Let's say you worked really, really hard and you added 14 in 1 year and only lost 12. Hey, you got a little more muscular. Maybe you went crazy and you added 28 ounces. And so, man, you got a whole lot bigger and a whole lot stronger. Well, you're kind of maintaining that into your 40s, 45s, now 50, you only put in 10 ounces of water, you lose 2. At 51, again, slowly you're starting to decline. Well, eventually you're going to get back to where you were at 35, and then you're going to keep on going. But now you're 60 years old, and you've lost all this muscle mass, and there's no way to plug that bucket. There's no way to plug it. You have to keep making deposits into that, or else you're not going to maintain enough muscle mass to stay independent. And those are the two greatest concerns we have. Losing our independence, meaning someone else or something else, right? I'm gonna have to use a cane or a walker or something like that, or someone else is gonna have to take care of me. That's number one, losing our independence. Number two is having a catastrophic fall that has now debilitated you or made you bed rest. You can only lay in bed and that's it. You're not living a life where you can go out and do the things that you wanna do. And so, which more likely puts you into category 1, right? Where someone else is going to have to help take care of you. So these are our greatest concerns that we hear from our clients is we don't want to lose the ability to be independent and to go live the way that we want to live. Well, what's the one thing that's going to keep you doing that the entire time? It's muscle mass. So why would we not invest in this on a regular basis? quick wrap, things I would really like to encourage you to think about. Number one, creatine for everybody, male or female, across the board, young or old. 1 gram of creatine a day will do great things for you, not only for your body, but for your mind, especially for our older populations. 1 gram, that's all you need. You can take more, but it is going to make you retain a little bit of water, etc. It'll help your joints, help your body recover, feel good. But 1 gram a day is great, and there is a ton of research on that, okay? A ton. So it's the most researched supplement out there. I really encourage you to look into that. Number 2 is resistance training 3 times a week for a minimum of 20 minutes. Okay, so we're talking 1 hour out of 168 hours, 1 of those every week. If you could commit 20 minutes Monday, Wednesday, Friday to resistance training on a basic format, just train your whole body every day, that would be great. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, go out for walks. And if you could, carry a backpack or wear a vest where you can put a little bit of weight, 4, 8, 10, maybe 12 pounds on your body while you go out for those walks. If you could do those 3 things, resistance train regularly 3 times a week for 20 minutes, go out on walks the other 3 days of the week, take Sundays to relax, start creatine to help your mind and your body. Make sure, number 4, you're getting enough protein and you're getting just good, solid food in your body, and then sleep. Sleep, that is my message for 2024 is I devalued how important sleep was to make my body, allow my body to recover and to make my body perform the way that I wanted it to perform. I was not giving it enough rest. And so thus why I got stressed and got my body's immune system ran down, and I got to a point where I was very susceptible to whatever would come in. So I got an infection, I got shingles from that, I got sick, and then found my way back to health with some great medications, but also just getting a lot of rest. So creatine for your mind and body, resistance training, rucking and or walking on a regular basis, getting enough protein in your system, and sleep. If you could do those 5 things, which I don't think are terribly unreasonable to ask somebody of any 35 years of age and older, no matter how busy you are. If you want to live the life you want to live, as you age, staying independent, being a good role model for your kids and your grandkids, and maybe your great-great-grandkids, these are the things that you need to do. And it all comes down to building muscle mass, just like the good doctor said. All right, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, thank you very much for all of your great messages. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I look forward to sharing more information from the good doctor in the coming years and months and weeks to have, because I have her book, I've worked my way through it, and it's fantastic. So along with Dr. Peter Attia and a lot of the other great books that we have out there, we'll be sharing more about that in the near future. All right, everybody, have a great day. Until next time, continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.